Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Biological Classification, and today in this video we will cover part 8. So let's begin with the question which was asked in the year 2017. Viroids differ from viruses in having dash. So before we go into the question of what is viroids, we should first discuss what is viroids. Okay, what do they have and how do they differ from viruses? All that is very important. See, viroids are the ones which affect the viruses. Okay, viroids are the ones which affect the viruses. We all know viruses seems to be very dangerous. We do not have any advantage from it. Most of it are a disadvantage. Viroids are the smallest infectious pathogens known. They are composed of solely a short strand of circular single-stranded RNA that has no protein coat. All known viroids are inhabitants of higher plants and most causes diseases whose respective economic importance on humans vary widely. Okay, so here you need to know something. Here is it is a single-stranded circular RNA without a protein coat. They replicate in the nucleus or the chloroplast and then traffic cell to cell through plasmodesmata and a long distance through phloem to establish systematic infection. They also cause disease in certain hosts to which they are attached. So here it is understood it's a RNA molecule without a protein coat. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option C, and this is the smallest discovered which has a 220 nucleobase single-stranded, or you can call it as small cytoplasmic RNA associated with a rice yellow motile. So here they have given you an example. Mostly viroids are said to affect plants. So far we haven't got any history which talks about the diseases caused in humans, but sometimes it depends. When it is attached to the host, it affects the host. So in case in future if there is any attachment with human hosts, maybe we can expect certain results. Next question here, which of the following statement is wrong for viroids? So this question was asked in the year 2016. We'll go one statement by statement. They lack in protein coat. Okay, that is right. They are smaller than viruses. This is also right. They cause infections. Yes, you're right. The RNA is of higher molecular weight. So this statement is wrong out of the 4 options given here, because just now we discussed what is viroids. Viroids are the ones which affect viruses and they cause infections predominantly in plants. They consist of an RNA. Usually the RNA is always symbolized as like this, just to tell you it is a small cytoplasmic RNA. The molecular weight is highly less when compared to the viruses. So here the wrong statement is their RNA is of high molecular weight. Viroids are the small known pathogens which are naked and they have a single stranded RNA molecule that do not encode a protein coat over them. Viroids can only affect plants. Some of them are economically important because when they cause diseases in plants, like especially crops, we are economically affected. Therefore the correct answer to this question is option D. Next question here, which of the following shows coiled RNA strand and capsomeres? So here you have 4 options here. What do you mean by capsomeres? That we have to discuss, right? We are given 4 options here. Okay, so what are the 4 options? It is not poliovirus, because it is not poliovirus or measles virus. So first we will discuss what is capsomere. A capsomere is a subunit. Okay, it is a subunit of the capsid. So what is it? It is the subunit of a capsid, an outer covering of protein that protects the genetic material of a virus. Capsomeres will self-assemble to form the capsid. Subunits are called as protomeres and they aggregate large to form as a single unit called capsomeres. Various arrangement of capsomeres have been found so far. So some of them are isohedral, then you have helical, then you have complex structure, so on. Now this is present in tobacco mosaic virus, which is abbreviated as TMV. Okay, is a rod shaped virus. The rod has a core which contains helically coiled single stranded RNA. there is a protective covering for the protein which is called as capsid around the infective part. Capsid contains small subunits called as capsomeres and has an antigenic property. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B, tobacco mosaic virus. So I have given you a picture of tobacco mosaic virus here. I think you can see it here. Yes, we can see it here. So this is how it is. Okay, this is how it works. So you can see the arrangement here. You have capsomere, you have RNA, you have the protein coat, which is the infectious part, which covers the infectious part, which is called as capsid. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. Next question here. Viruses have dash. Again, this is a very easy question for you. So what do viruses have? Of course, they have a genetic material, right? They all have a genetic material. Without a genetic material, how can they reproduce and how can they infect any host to which they are attached? All viruses are nucleoproteins, that is, they will contain a nucleic acid plus a protein in a structure. The nucleic acid can either be DNA or RNA. Okay, it is DNA and RNA which is a genetic material. In a particular viruses, either DNA or RNA is a genetic material. But remember that both will not be present. Either they will have DNA or they will have RNA. Single-stranded RNA, which will be present in tobacco mosaic virus, which we saw in the last question. Viruses envelope are known as capsid. The capsid is composed of protein subunits, which is called as capsomere. So that is also something that we discussed in the last question. So it is understood it is DNA enclosed in a protein coat. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Always remember, viruses can either have DNA or RNA, but never both. Okay, next question here. Satellite RNAs are present in some dash. Okay, what do you mean by satellite RNA? Usually, how do we define it? See, what does a satellite do? Yes, what does a satellite do? It helps in various processes. Now we as a country also we have satellites which help us to give us signals and so far. So likewise, this satellite RNA can also be called as a sub-viral agent. Okay, and what do you think will be inside this? Since it is RNA, it is understood it will have some genetic material. That depends on the co-infection of the host cell with the helper virus for its replication. Okay, so other than that, what you have to know here is satellite RNAs are mostly present in plant viruses. So here if you see, you're given 4 options. Viroids, you know, it is the one which affect viruses and sometimes they cause infections in higher plants. Bacteriophage is something which is used as a plasmid where it helps in transferring the foreign DNA into the bacterial DNA. What do you mean pirons? Have you ever heard about this word called as prions, or you can say it as pirons? Prions, if you see, they are misfold proteins with the ability to transfer their misfolded shape onto the normal variants of the same protein. They characterize several fatal and transmissible neurodegenerative diseases in humans and many other animals. So out of the 4 options given here, see, they have clearly mentioned it is satellite RNA. This is exclusively present in plant viruses. Pirons, I know, I've explained you, it is the misfolded protein. Viroids are the ones which are the smallest known, tiniest known pathogen so far. Bacteriophage, they act as an important part for gene transfer mechanism. So the correct answer is option A. Okay, so here they have given you an example of tobacco necrosis virus, TNV. It is not tobacco mosaic, it is tobacco necrosis virus. Okay, next question here. Which statement is wrong for viruses? Again, all are parasites, all of them have helical symmetry. So this is where we go wrong. We saw the different shapes of viruses, right? They might be icosahedral or isohedral, or they might be complex, they might be helical. Third statement, they have ability to synthesize nucleic acid and protein is right. Antibiotics have no effect on them is also right. Therefore, the wrong answer is option B. All the viruses are obligate parasites. Why they are called like that? A virus cannot survive without a host, right? A virus cannot survive without a host. That is why they seem to be pathogenic. While bacteria, if you see, they can survive without a host also. They can survive in a table, they can survive inside human. So that's why we have advantages and disadvantages when it comes to a bacteria. But that is not the case for a virus. Virus is fully dependent on the host. That is why it deteriorates the host and uses its functions for its own. All viruses are obligate parasites, that is, they remain inert outside the host cell. They have the ability to synthesize nucleic acids and proteins. So we are just discussing the 4 options given here. So as I already mentioned, the shapes will vary. They might be isohedral, icosahedral, then helical, and you have different shapes. Okay, polyhedral, cuboid, helical. Antibiotics have no effect on them because you have to use antibiotics is for bacteria. For virus, you will use antiviral drugs. Okay, so the wrong statement out of the 4 is option B. Next question here. Virus envelope is also known as dash. So this question is very easy for you. We've already discussed a lot about it. Yes, the right answer is capsid. Virus envelope is also known as capsid. The capsid is composed of protein. Okay, protein subunits which are called as capsomeres. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. So here you have the capsomere, the capsid. They are protein subunits. Okay, capsid consists of protein subunits which are called as capsomere. Okay, option A is the answer. Next question here. The causative agent of mad cow's disease is dash. Okay, we just now discussed about a neurodegenerative disease which is caused by one particular agent. If you clearly watch this video, you must know the answer by now, because we just now discussed in the earlier question where we spoke about this rheon, which is called as pirion or rheon, whatever you can call it as. This is actually a misfolded protein. Okay, what is it? It is a misfolded protein. Okay, what will this protein do? If you see, it will go attached to a host which has a normal protein there, and it will confuse everything, and this misfolded protein will cause neurodegenerative diseases where the neural system will not function properly. So the causative agent of this mad cow's disease is option A, rheon. Mad cow's disease is actually a bovine spongiform encephalopathy, which is called as, or which is abbreviated as, BSE. In this disease, cattle in Britain got spongy brain and ultimately gradual degradation of nervous system. It is caused by this virus called rheon, and this is because of the misfolded protein that is attached to the host. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Next question here. Viruses are no more alive than isolated chromosomes because of dash. Okay, see, viruses can live only inside a host cell. I said it's obligate. Obligate means they are inert. They have to survive inside a host. Okay, I said the reason. Once they get out of the host, or once they are eliminated from the host, they cannot survive. They are fully dependent upon the host. So viruses, if in case to remain alive, they have to be inside the host cell using the machinery for its own metabolism. So whoever the host might be, it can be a small animal, it can be human, it can be a plant, anything. Whatever it is attached to, it will use that particular host mechanism for its own machinery and for the survival. So both require the environment of the cell to replicate. So why do you require that? If you see, it is to replicate. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. Okay. Next question here. Which one of the following statements about viruses is correct? So you just have to analyze the correct one. We'll go one by one. Okay. Nucleic acids of viruses are known as capsid. Wrong. Viruses possess their own metabolic system. Wrong, because they are fully dependent upon the host. Right. So B is also wrong. All viruses contain both RNA and DNA. Again wrong, because they will either contain RNA or DNA, but not both. Viruses are obligate parasites. Yes, the option D is right, because viruses are fully dependent on the host. They cannot survive without any host. The host can be from a single microorganism to the highest, which is man. Okay, therefore the correct answer is option D. Okay, next question here. Tobacco mosaic virus is a tubular filament of size. So this is a standard question where you have to know the answer. The explanation is nothing for this, but you just need to know what the answer is. Tobacco mosaic virus is a tubular filament of size 300 into 20 nanometer. Okay, the correct answer is option D. So these are actually facts, you cannot change. So this is how it measures. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. Okay, next question. Cauliflower mosaic virus contains dash. See, what do you mean? See, of course it's a viral disease which is caused. Apart from that, what all you can say about this? What are the same symptoms here? You will see lesions in the leaves. Okay, apart from that, of course it shows many economical defects. It's a member of the genus. See here, this cauliflower virus is always abbreviated as, okay, CAMV. Okay, cauliflower mosaic virus, and which is a parentovirus, and that infects plants. It replicates through the reverse transcription just like retrovirus, but the viral particles contain DNA instead of RNA. So here the genetic material is DNA. Okay, not RNA, it is DNA. So I have almost given you the clue of what it is. It is not RNA, it is DNA. The correct answer is double-stranded DNA it possesses. Therefore, the right answer is option C. Cauliflower mosaic virus contains double-stranded DNA. So apart from that, what you can say here is you find lesions in the leaves, retarded growth, no proper production, and these are some of the symptoms that you see in this. Okay, but main thing, you find lesions and smut-like appearance on the leaves. Okay, next question here. Enzymes are absent in dash. This is a very easy question for you. Enzymes are present in algae, cyanobacteria, fungi, everything, but enzymes are absent in viruses because they are unable to possess or to act on their own, because they are unable to transmit their nucleic acid from one host cell to another. So enzymes are absent in viruses. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. See, these questions seem to be simple and self-understandable. Enzymes are absent in virus because they are unable to transmit their nucleic acid from one cell to another. So what do? They change their mode. So if you see the HIV virus, which enters the body as a single-stranded RNA, will convert itself into a double-stranded DNA, which will make an appearance to show that I'm one among yourself, so that it will start affecting the cell, the host cell, right? So this is why, because it cannot synthesize any enzymes from its own. Next question here. A virus can be considered a living organism because it's an easy question for you. This question was asked in the year 2000. It responds to the touch of stimuli, respires, can cause disease, all that is okay. The main important thing, it survives inside a host, not outside the host or outside somewhere, not even in the environment. Viruses are ultra-microscopic microorganisms which are obligate parasites which are confined to a host. Therefore, it will only reproduce inside a host cell. It requires a host for the reproduction process to multiply and to survive. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option C. It resembles living beings due to the presence of the genetic material and the reproduction mechanism. Okay? Next question. Which one of the following statement about viruses is correct? So we'll go one statement by statement. Viruses possesses their own metabolic system. That is, do you think it's right? No. Viruses contain either DNA or RNA. That is right. Viruses are facultative parasites. Wrong. Viruses are readily killed by antibiotics. Wrong. So the correct answer is option B, because a virus is blessed with a genetic material. It can either be DNA or RNA, but you can never find both in a single virus, in the same virus. And you know that viruses cannot be killed by antibiotics. You need antiviral agents to eradicate or to eliminate it. Therefore, the right answer to this question is option B. Very easy question, right? Okay. So with this, we complete the part 8 of biological classification. Thank you for watching my video. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter.